philosopher once wrote,
Naughty, naughty, very naughty.
Face, and he goes by the name of Ebenezer Good. His friends call him Easer and he is the main geezer, and he vibe up the place like no other man could. He's refined, he's sublime, he makes you feel fine, and very much maligned and misunderstood. But if you know Easer, he's a real crowd pleaser. He's ever so good, he's Ebenezer Good. You see that he's mischievous, mysterious and devious when he circulates amongst the people in the place. Once you know he's fun and something of a genius, he gives a grin that goes around face to face to face, backwards and then forwards, forwards and then backwards. Easer is a geezer, he loves to muscle in. That's about the time the crowd will shout the name of Easer as he's conjured in the corner laughing by the bass bin. Has anyone here got any beerers? Lovely.
a great philosopher once wrote,
Naughty, naughty, very naughty.
Ebenezer Good leading light of the scene, know what I mean? He created the vibe, he takes you for a ride, and as if by design, the party ignites like it's coming alive. He takes you to the top, shakes you all around and back down. You know as he gets mellow, then it's smooth as a groove that is making you move. He glides into your mind with a sunny hello. A gentleman of leisure, he's there for your pleasure, but go easy on old Easer, he's a love you can lose. Extraordinary fella like Mr. Punchinella. He's the kind of geezer who must never be abused. When you're in town and Ebenezer is around, you can sense the presence in the sound of the crowd. He gets them all out. The pipe starts rocking, the people get excited, it's time to shout loud. Got any salmon? Sorted. Oh, what a carry on. Oh, what a carry on.
Hello everybody, and it's the final day. That's right, the final day of the Professionals Tour here on the EU server. Let's have a look at the chart. Well, at the moment, Rejects are top of the list, followed by closely there by Aqua. Endgame are third place, APA are fourth, but they are jointly tied with Ikra. We then have Crowley, Imor, and TQT. Now, I'd love to say that the top four was decided, but it isn't. Rejects, Aqua, and Endgame are all through, meaning TQT, Imor, and Crowley are potentially out. But Crowley, if they beat Rejects tonight, well, no, they can't do it because Ikra or APA are playing against each other, and that is the big game of today. Okay, it's the big game of today. Simple as that. Now, I'm not the only one streaming. We have Wild Ones Halper. He's got Imor versus TQT. Amunet as Endgame versus Aqua. I've got Rejects versus Crowley. But the big game that everybody really should be watching is 9-0 in English, APA versus ICRA, or Robert 85 in Spanish, Espanol, APA versus ICRA, because that's the big one. That is the one who decides who is in that final top place. iShot has got Endgame versus Accra. He is streaming in Russian, and also Pyroblast. He has got APA versus ICRA. He is also streaming in Russian. So I'm not expecting much leg traffic tonight, because everybody should be watching APA versus ICRA if they're interested in the tournament, because that's the one, that's the game, that's the biggie, that's the important game of everything. Because at the moment, APA are in third. I've got 3 points. ICRA have also got 3 points. They go out today to play each other. So, guys, you really should be watching those games, as I said. Up to you, though. I mean, we are watching Crowley against Rejects. Rejects are safely into the top 4. Crowley, well, they've just missed out, unfortunately, as I said. So it's all down to ICRA and APA, and they are kicking themselves, realistically, because ICRA have come back from nowhere in real terms. I mean, if you look at this, I mean, APA had a disastrous last 2 days. They lost to Crowley, they lost to Akva, and they lost to Rejects. Whereas ICRA, they had a pretty fantastic last couple of games. They beat Imor. They beat TQT. Admittedly, they lost to Endgame, but right down here, they beat Crowley. So, that is the game of the day. ICRA versus APA, and just in case, and I know it's disingenuous me telling you this, because obviously I'm directing you away from my stream, but 9-0 in English, streaming APA versus ICRA, or Robert85 in Spanish, APA versus ICRA, Pyroblast in Russian-Ukrainian, streaming APA versus ICRA. So there you go. That's the biggie. Anyway, we have got Rejects against Crowley, so we're going to have some fun anyway. I mean, Rejects, well, they're safe, they're secure, they're in the top 4. Crowley are out. Neither team have got anything to play for other than having a bit of fun. Excuse me while I sup my coffee. So I'm not expecting this stream to be incredibly long, because it's not going to be, let's be honest. Let's jump in the room. We are going out on Alpenstadt. So let's have a quick flyover of Alpenstadt and see what all the fuss is about. Okay, so that's Alpenstadt. That's the map we're going out on. As I can see here, we've still got 2 minutes to go. In Crowley, well, they've only got 4 players at the moment. That may change, but we are in the Crowley queue, so no players have come into the queue yet. They've now got 5 players, so at least we will have a game. They've still got 2 minutes. They've got plenty of time. But in case you missed it for the first 5 times that I said it, the big game this evening is ICRA against APA, in fairness. So, as much as I'm directing everybody from my stream to somebody else's stream, it's in your best interest. We're here for the tournament, we're not here for me, and we're certainly not here for my little YouTube channel. So, if you are really intrigued and interested in the tournaments, guys, APA and ICRA is the one to watch. Although, you know, obviously you're going to have some fanboys for Rejects and Crowley, but seriously, APA and ICRA is going to be where all the tension is. Crowley are turning up. Exactly, Professor, exactly. I don't think that you're going to see them trying hard today. Not these teams, because there's nothing to try hard about. Okay, you know, you can get some, maybe they'll get some kudos for being here, there and everywhere, I don't know. But at the end of the day, fact of the matter remains, excuse me, Crowley are out and rejects are in. So it's simple as that. You know, you can't change anything. The APA and ICRA are the ones battling it out. So there you go. Simple as. Then we've got 20 odd seconds to go, and Crowley have only got 6 players, so it's going to be interesting. Oh no, Memo turns up right at the end and shoves himself into a mouse. So I haven't got time to go through the lineups, but you can see. I mean, we've got traditional lineup, although 2 badges for rejects. We're pretty much a traditional type of lineup, to be honest with you. I forgot to put the scores up. Here's the scores. I've still got the scores from last night because I'm an idiot. And we have got... looks like it's got... Yeah. Crowley and... what's rejects? Rejects. There we go. I knew I'd get there eventually. Sorry about the slight delay. Anyway, hit points. Nah, nothing really in it. Mouse is a plum. Everything's out there. It's all good fun. They're just going to have a bit of a good time. So let's get up high into the back and see where they're going to be heading. Well, White Cobb is going all the way out towards the A-cap. He's got triple behind him in the Strav K. Valentus and Axion are just holding back at the moment for Crowley, where we have Memenkola, Streichel and Takanami pushing through. Over the other side, wow, Tony Cower in the mouse there is going out towards the B-cap. He's got Scorpion Drago just behind him. Bobby Fischer, Navigator, pushing heavily in those badges, looking over the A-cap. Playmaker in the Strav just behind Zoblin in the Strav as well, and so is Punisher. So, pretty scattered field at the moment. No shots really being fired in anger, although there are a couple there. Bobby Fischer landing one to Striker Al. And that mouse, and he's having to pull back a little bit, and so is Memcola. And here come the shots now. They're putting a little bit of pressure, our rejects, onto Crowley, and they're having to back out a little bit. Takanami's also been smacked, but Punisher's lost a little bit, and so is Scorpion Drago, and now is Tony Gower. So it's not all the rub of the green for Crowley here. It's not looking that way at all. White coming in the T100 RT was looking to get the C-cap, but he didn't bother in the end. And you can see the teams are pretty, well, there's, you know, they're not pushing heavily, they're not pushing hard, they're taking it more like a QT at this moment in time, if I'm being honest with you. Blinn getting smacked a little bit there again, but it's, at the moment, it's all in the favour of rejects. Let's move over because rejects are just putting fire down, and just at the moment they're effectively farming Crowley a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. Now Virulentus there in the Crown Wagon has said, let's attack Bobby Fischer in that badger, but Zablin is coming up. And that's going to sort of put pay to that attack, I'm afraid. As we rotate around, we're still seeing no massive movement from any team at this moment in time. It's all pretty tentative. Navigator's lost quite a lot of HP now. He's down to 777 hit points. But here comes a slight push from Rejects, looking to push onto Axion by looks on it. These two Strav Ks punishing Zblin, moving in. And Streichel and Memcola there. Well, no, Punisher carries on going. The A-cap will be taken. And White Cobbin is coming round. Punisher getting around the back of Virulentus here in the Strav K. And Playmaker's there also. Virulentus is feeling the pain. He's feeling the wrath. And perhaps the Crown Dragon is a great tank. It is. And Playmaker's down. So Punisher's got to finish off Virulentus very quickly, or else he could be going the same way. And he does, finishing him off. And Axion pushes through. Takes down Zblin. So 2 tanks down here for Rejects. As they look to consolidate. Good shots going into Axion. Another good shot into Axion. Streichel now is coming around. Axion down he goes. Punisher just pushing into White Cobbin in triple. Doesn't really care. He's just pushing and down he goes. So 4 tanks down here for Rejects. Only 2 tanks down for Crowley. And now Bobby Fischer and Scorpion Drago looking to put a little bit of pressure onto Strikel. But Strikel Owl, sorry. Now down. That's 2 against too many. This one's going to go to Crowley by looks on it. To be honest with you, it's going to go to Crowley. So there's only 2 left, and they've got plenty of tanks of Crowley. Scorpion Drago should be the focus of attention as Tokonami comes in, puts a great shot into the back of Scorpion Drago. Triple puts one in. They puts one into the back of the Badger. Down goes Scorpion, leaving Bobby as the last man standing, and Bobby goes down. So Crowley 1-0. Not the mad rushes that you were expecting, but there's nothing in it for these teams, to be honest with you. Nothing in it for them. I mean, Rejects, as I said, are already secure. Crowley are already out, so there's really nothing for the 2 teams to fight over, to be fair, other than prestige. That's it, just prestige, nothing else. So yeah, I thoroughly recommend that everybody... Oh no, I had them right to begin with. Yeah, it is Crowley and his Rejects. So I thoroughly recommend that everybody pops over to either 90, 90, Robert, 85, Ice Shot or Pyroblast, because that's basically where the action is. It's sitting in there. To be honest with ya. So we got 30 odd seconds to go before we roll out into the next game. Memcola seems to be offline, but hopefully that'll change. Oof, oof. YouTube's having a little bit of a hissy fit because it doesn't like the fact this is going out in 2K. YouTube for you. It always gets a little bit upset over certain things. Okay, so here we go. Round 2 here on Alpenstadt. At the moment it's 1-0 to Crowley. And let's get a pie into the back as we normally do. Let's see if they're going to be pushing each other hard this time. They didn't push realistically in the last game. It was all very tentative until the last sort of end games. Now we've got the VKs and the Mouses moving their way through. So there we go. Crowley making their way through to the middle area. Navigator jumping into a TVP over there along with Bobby. So 2 TVPs for Rejects, and they're moving towards just above the back of the C-Cap with the Strabs there, Playmakers Blin, just holding the middle area with the AMXs and a Mouse holding the middle ground as well. White Cobbin is the only one out on wide. He has got Axion in support, and now Rejects are looking to push down onto the VK. So the VKs are feeling a little bit of pain here. Strikel and Triple are feeling a little bit of pain. It's not as much love as they would like. Here comes Tony Kawa. He's coming in as well to give it a little bit of attention. Down goes a VK. Striker Owl goes down. The Mouse here of Tony Kawa should take out Triple. And he does. So there we go. 2 tanks down. No. Oh, 3 tanks down. But Tony Kawa in the Mouse goes down as well. Rejects at the moment seem to be having this one in the hand. And they're putting a little bit of pressure down now onto Crowley. Sort of saying, well, you won the last game, but hey, this is another game. And now Virulentus is going to feel a bit of a pain. Punisher will put a big roll into his rear. And he does. Moving back over to the middle. Wow, Bobby Fischer has been caught out a little bit in that TVP. Axion and Memcola. But they've lost too many tanks of Crowley here. Rejects asserting their dominance a little bit. Axion down he goes. Bobby Fischer will go down here. The Mouse will take him eventually. Or he should. No, he's too quick. So 2 against too many. That's the way it works here. White Cobbin and Memcola. But Bobby Fischer, down he goes. Punisher, there's Blinn now coming in to push Memcola. Memcola can't do much about it. He'll get some shots in, but this one will go. Memcola is the last man standing anyway. Let's get down with Memcola. And this one is going to go to rejects. So they're going to level the score coming out of this game. It's 1 apiece. No, I'm not following APA. Not following APA, I'm afraid. Not today. We have got rejects and Crowley. We're now going into Rockfield, so let's just have a quick flyover of Rockfield. We all know what Rockfield looks like, but hey, I took some time to do these things, so you might as well watch them rather than just looking at a garage. So don't forget, this is best of 7, so it is the first of 4 victories. So we've got a long way to go yet, to be perfectly honest with you. It's by no means over. We will have on Rockfield, Crowley on the south spawn, Rejects on the north spawn. Neither team is readied up as of yet. Oh, we have now. So far we have one coming in the T100, Axion in the E5, Memcola in the Strav K, Strikel in the IS4, Tokonami in the Kranwagen, Triple in the Strav K, and Virulentus in the Kranwagen. Rejects, they're going off on the north spawn. We have Bobby Fischer there in the Leo 1, Punisher in the Strav K, Tony Cower in a Strav K, Blinn in a potentially in a Strav K, Playmaker in a Supercomp, Navigator in a Leo 1, and Scorpion Drago in the Superconk. Level begging as we go into Rockfield. As I said, there's not really anything for these two to play for. But, you know, they can have a chill session. Nothing wrong with that. And I keep telling everybody, guys, the game you really want to see is APA versus ICRA, if I'm being honest. So let's get up high and to the back of the map, as we normally do. You can see what coming there in the T100 LT, pushing out towards the C-Cap. The rest of Crowley, wow, they're looking for the A and the B strat. Moving across the map, wow, the Leos of Navigator and Bobby Fischer are also heading for the C-Cap, with the rest of Rejects heading for the B-Cap. There's a Blinn there, jumping out of a Strav K and into a Grilla. So, bit of a change up there. Now Tony Cower and Punisher looking to punish Axion. Axion caught out on a limb a little bit here and losing hit points rapidly. Down he goes. Rejects just unrelenting to an extent. And now they'll turn their attention onto the Kranwagen and the IS4. Memcola in the Strav K comes into help, but at the moment the rub of the green is definitely with the Rejects team. Memcola will get behind them, but Bobby Fischer is also there. Scorpion Drago coming round along with Playmaker. Tony Cower and Punisher now just having to take a second seat at the moment because Tony Cower is a one-shot. Down goes Memcola. Didn't last very long as Bobby Fischer came in, and that Grilla. Blinn also really putting some pain down. And now 3 tanks down as Tokonami also goes out. So they're trying to push it. They're trying to punish Punisher. And he is getting punished, bless him. But Scorpion Drago is also there. Playmaker will put one into Virulentus. Virulentus goes down. Triple will take out Punisher. Punisher down he goes. But it's 2 against too many again. Striker Al goes down, leaving Triple as the last man standing. And again, unless something miraculous happens, this one is going to Rejects. 2-1 as we go into the next game on Rockfield. So that was fast and furious. Not going to lie, and you're probably going to get a little bit more fast and furious. I must admit, I do approve of Crowley's logo. Good logo, that. They're a team after my own heart, clearly. Sorry for that. Needed to cough. So we're going to switch to spawn points now. This time Crowley on the north spawn, Rejects on the south spawn. And there's a lot of meta changes going on in Memcola. Offline again, but is he or isn't he? We don't know. We will find out shortly. And Memcola's back. Yay! It's always good to see. So, Rejects have readied up, and so for Crowley, we have Bobby Fischer in the T100 LT, Punisher in the VK72, Tony Cower in the Strav K's Blin in the Super Conk, Playmaker in the VK72, Navigator in the Mouse, and Scorpion Drago in a Super Conk. That is Rejects. They're on the South Spawn. Crowley, we have White Cobbin in the IS-7, Axion in the Type 71, Memcola in the Strav K, Strykle in the Super Conk, Tokonami in the 121B, Triple in the Strav K, and Virulentus in a 121B. That is Crowley. They're on the North Spawn. It's already 2-1. Don't forget, it's best of 7, so it's first of 4 victories. Rejects are halfway there already. I don't know how it's going on the other streams. You may need to keep me updated on what's going on with APA and ICRA, because I don't know. I don't know. It keeps telling me I've got an encoding overload. I don't know why there's an encoding overload. YouTube is just having a hissy fit, as YouTube does. Okay, so here we go. Game number 2 on Rockfield. Game number 4 for this matchup. Up high to the back, as we always do, and look at this time, Crowley, well, they're sending in 121Bs up to the C cap, everything else is overlooking the B and the A cap, Strav K is staying down, Super Heavy's going up, moving around, well, Rejects are sort of kind of going, Bobby Fischer's going to get all those spots in that T100 LT, Super Conquer's Blin coming round, rest of the team just holding back a little bit. Playmaker pushes up. Here comes Punisher in the VK72 as well. Scorpion Drago joining forces there was Blin. And Navigator in the Mouse. He's pushing heavily towards the A-cap as well. So Rejects here, well, losing a little bit of HP. Crowley have got the HP advantage at the moment, to be fair, insofar as they haven't lost as much as Reject. Navigator, well, he's thrown caution to the wind and he's pushing onto White Club in there in the IS-7. He's going to have some much needed support very, very quickly. Here comes Tony Cower, puts a shot in. Now comes Punisher. He's going to look to put shots in as well. So is Bobby Fischer. And poor old Walt Cobb in there. Gets a little bit of a punishing in that IS-7. But again, the hit points in favour of Crowley now. They've been whittling down Rejects ever so surely. And now both on this side. Scorpion Drago is in a world of trouble, but he does take down White Cobbin, and then he himself goes down. Hit points are now, wow, near as damn it, fair and square. Blin will now get pushed in that Super Conk, and down he goes. So 2 tanks down a piece, because Strykle goes down as well. Now comes Navigator and Punisher. Navigator in that Mouse. Memcola is now a one-shot as Rejects are looking to pressure a little bit, but Tokonami is the lowest hit point target out there. Bobby Fischer's got to be careful. Virulentus is coming around to try and finish him off. So he's got to be careful, but Virulentus gets absolutely pummeled, and so does Axion. 3 tanks down, still a piece. Bobby Fischer running away. We will get one into the Type 71 though, and he does. And he won't get another one in because the Type 71 will be loaded. And he just gets caught out. He definitely avoids it, but Triple takes him down. However, it's 3 against 4, but Triple is the only one, realistically, who's very healthy. Axion is not very healthy. Playmaker, Navigator, VK72 and Mouse respectively. At the moment, it's all going in according to Crowley's plan rather than Reject's plan. But Punisher's trying to get those shots in. All Triple, who was very healthy, is no longer very healthy. And it's not looking good for either team at the moment. Punisher is now the healthiest tank out there. And they're just trying to well, sniped them out. Playmaker's now a one-shot. He's down to 43 hit points. Make that, scrub that. He's down to no hit points. So Crowley have got the advantage. Navigator in the mouse. Well, he's got 127 hit points now after that shot. And Tokonami's coming up to try and take him down. And down he goes, leaving Punisher the last man standing. And this one is going to be going to Crowley. There you go. Unless something really weird happens. Although rejects do... Oh, I'm about to say they did have the hit point advantage, but now they don't. Punisher is getting punished. He's got 3-on-1. Come on, Punisher! Kolobodov time! Nah, wasn't meant to happen. Wasn't meant to be. Crowley, bring one back. This is going to be a long night. This is going to be the longest game I've streamed so far in the tournament, I'll tell you. And the one that means less than all the others. So there we go. Crowley bringing it back. It's now 2 apiece as we go into Mayan Ruins, the next map. So let's have a quick overview of Mayan Ruins. Because, like I said, I've made them, so I might as well watch them, even though you don't want to. I just pressed the wrong button, but I'd no harm in telling everybody to like and sub. What's the problem with that? We're going out on Mayan Ruins. We will have Crowley on the north spawn, Rejects on the south spawn. And that's the first time, you know, that button's actually worked. And it worked twice. So we have White Cobbin in the T100, Axion in the IS-4, Memcola in the Strav K, Strikel in the AMX M4, Tokonami in the VK72, Triple in the Strav K, and Virulentus in the VK72. Moving over to Bobby, we have Bobby Fischer in the AMX, Tony Cower in the Strav K's, Blinn in the Strav K, Brain coming in the 121B, Playmaker in a Strav K, Navigator in an AMX, and Scorpion Drago in a Strav K. That is the first time that button's worked. Let's see if the other button works. Apparently it does. That's not all, folks. That's wrong. I just wanted to see. It actually works. Clearly ignore it. It wasn't meant to happen. I didn't think it was working. Sorry. Anyway, Crowley here. Well, we've got Memcola in the Strav K. He's going out wide. The rest of the team are looking at the heavy route because they are in VKs and stuff like that. Moving around the map, well, we've got Rejects also pushing out this way. Strav K, Scorpion Drago and Playmaker along with Blinn and Tony Cower trying to catch out White Cobbin, and they do. If they caught him out a little bit, he's going to go down. Playmaker's chasing him. Chase him, Playmaker. Come back, Forrest. Come back. Playmaker chasing. Oh, but he's not going to chase him around the corner. He's not that daft. And Tony Cower is like, nah, it'll be okay. Down goes White Cobbin. Tony Cower, he's taken the place of Playmaker. He's like, nah, let's go for it. Let's just rush. Rush, rush, rush. And here they go. Scorpion Drago, Playmaker, Tony Cower. Oh, that's what we like to see. Caution is thrown to the wind. Poor old Mencola's like, go away, leave me alone. Axion's like, leave my buddy alone, big boys. But they come round. Triple's like, nah, you're blocking me, dude. Scorpion Drago here. Playmaker's now one shot, and they are looking to finish him off. Axion, but Tony Cower gets in the way of the shot, and he absorbs it, takes it, and goes, wow, that hurt. Tony Cower down, but so is Strikel. And over this side, leaving that for the moment, because Tokonami of Crowley is feeling a bit of loving, and down he goes. So just like that, Scorpion, how is Scorpion Drago still alive in all that melee? He is still alive, however. Now he's not. But here come the rest of the Rejects team. Triple is the focus of attention because he's right next to them. And Brain will say, wait, come back here. And down he goes. Bobby Fischer's pushing on to Virulentus, who's the last man standing over in the VK72. And there we have it. This one, unless something really weird were to happen, should be going to Rejects. And they will get into match point. But Virulentus is holding on until then, when he just got wrecked. But there we go. It goes to the Rejects. 3-1. Yeah, the buttons are actually working now. That's the first time ever. They've never worked before. Seriously, they've never worked before. You know, I can even say hi. Look at that. It works. I'm shocked. Like and sub again. There you go. Awesomeness. That's just awesome. Anyway, first time my Stream Deck has ever done it. If I'd have known it was going to work, I would have put more in. It is now match point to Rejects. Crowley now on the Southbourne. We have Wildcobbin in the 60 TP, Axion in the 60 TP, Memcurler in a Strav K, Strikel in a Strav K, Tokanami in a Crown Wagon, Triple in a Crown Wagon, Virulentus in a Crown Wagon. This is a Crown Wagon strat for Crowley. Moving over to Rejects, we have Bobby Fischer in the AMX, Tony Cower in a Strav K, Zblin in a Strav K, Brain in a T95 E6, Playmaker, Strav K, AMX in a Navigator in an AMX, and Scorpion Drago in a Strav K. So it's Kranwagen strat against Strav K strat, and a few other tanks mixed up in between. That is basically what we have. Match point, as I said, to Rejects. But the game that everybody is eager to understand is the one that I'm not streaming. It's being streamed by Nino in English, Robert85 in Spanish, Ice Shot and Pyroblast in Russian. That is APA against Ikra. And as you can see there, Killer Shock APA is now beating Ikra 2-1. Don't know if that's going to end up going APA's way. It needs to if APA want that top 4, because Ikra are snapping at their heels. But that's a different game. This is Crowley against Rejects, or Rejects against Crowley, whichever way you want to look at it. Is this the last game, or is this just penultimate? Caught on Mayan. No escape for the decider. You know, I suppose we could do that to Bohemian Rhapsody. So at the moment, Memcurler in the Strav K just holding there. He's got the Crown Wagons slowly but surely coming up behind. Over this side, the Strav K, he's a Playmaker. Brains in the T95. Playmaker, Tony Cower, Blin trying to push over. Bobby Fischer and Navigator are going to try and catch them off guard over this little flank. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. Wildcobbin may get caught out here. Yes, he does. Bobby Fischer. Navigator's like, hey, Bobby, get out of the way. Get out of the way, Bobby. Bobby, move. Move, Bobby. But he puts a shot down into Virulentus. And, all of a sudden, a bit of Strav on Strav action there. Look. Axion feeling the pain, feeling the love, feeling the attention. Oh, Navigator getting smacked around a little bit. Wildcobbin, down he goes. And Scorpion Drago, Brain trying to push around here. Scorpion Drago looking to put some pain onto the Virulentus. Virulentus, oh, he's feeling the love from Rejects. As they push around, looking to take down this poor little Crown Wagon. Down he goes. Now they'll focus their attention onto Triple. And Playmaker with a little hop, skip and a jump. Puts a shot in. Tries to ram Tokanami. Doesn't really pan out for him. But he doesn't care, because he's just going to circle round him. Tokanami, not much longer for this game. Oh, look at that. A lot of HP. Tony Cower with the kill. Memcola and Strykle are the last two standing. Memcola, wow, where is Memcola? Let's get down and find out. There's Strykle. Well, there's Memcola. Memcola's down, so we're just with Strykle. And this one is definitely going to rejects. So rejects. Well, they were in the top 4 anyway. Nothing really changed. And unless Strykle can do something miraculous, which he can't because he's doomed and he's deaded and he's back in the garage, this one is also going to rejects. So, congratulations to rejects. You booked your place into the top 4 yesterday, to be fair. Commiserations to Crowley. They were so close. But no doubt we will see them again in the next tour season, because they are looking hot. And I do like their logo. It's as simple as that. Well, that's it, guys and girls. Unfortunately, that's all over. It is no more. There was only one game today. There are no more games today. All the games are finished. The games you should be watching are this one here, APA versus ICRA. And it's already finished. It's already finished. So APA book their place into the top 4, courtesy of ICRA. So commiserations to ICRA. Congratulations to APA. They gave everybody a little bit of a scare, but they managed in the end to triumph. So the top 4 will be Rejects, unbeaten. Aqua, well, let's find out how Aqua did. They're still playing Endgame. Nothing in it. They're both in the top 4. That is being streamed by Amunet, I do believe. So by all means, don't be shy. Go and say hello to Amunet. But the top 4 is going to be Rejects, Aqua, Endgame, and APA. ICRA just missing out. And unfortunately, the team's not proceeding, but they are safe in the knowledge that they are top 8 on the EU server for this season. ICRA, Crowley, Immor, and TQT. Poor TQT. They just couldn't get it running. Hopefully, they'll beat Immor and will not go out of today with a nil point. You see what I did there? Because the Eurovision is on. Not that I'm a Eurovision fan, because I'm clearly not. I actually don't like Eurovision. In fact, one of my claims to fame is that I have never watched a single Eurovision song contest. Yeah, go figure. But I do know the term nil point. So hopefully TQT will not end on nil point. Anyway, if you want to know who's watching who's doing TQT, by the way, it is Wild Ones Helper. He is following TQT. So by all means, go over, say hello, wave, give him a bit of love, because why not? Why not indeed? Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. That is it for today. There is no more. There's no more. I might be back later, don't know yet, with a stream. I'm just undecided. So I've had great fun. I hope you did. We are now taking quite a lengthy break from the tournament. I say that as if it means anything. I'm just waiting to see when the next rounds are going to be. Tomorrow. Not that lengthy. But tomorrow is the grand final for the challengers. So I might be back for that. And then we've got until the 18th of May before we see the top 4 rolling out and rocking it. So there we go. The challenges did take place today, some of it, I believe. I can't remember. Let's have a look. So the final stage is tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. Yeah, it's today. They're playing now. So, but we've got, the mid and low final stage is now. And then tomorrow is the grand final. So, there you go. So, this is not the grand final. This is just to find out who gets their place in the grand final and who gets to play in the third place playoff. So, the winner of this game today, Pog Noxu, will proceed to the grand final, and the loser will face who? Anyway, that's it. That's me done for this evening. So, I'm out of here. Thank you all for popping in. Short stream, 30 minutes. What more do you want? Hey, fast and furious, short and sweet, whichever way you want to look at it. I've been Fuji. You've been bloody awful. Nah, you've been awesome, guys, all of you. I hope to see you again very soon. And until then, have a good one. Bye for now.